welcome to another edition of Thursday Thoughts with Pastor Pat. I am Pastor Pat, the pastor of St. John's United Church of Christ in Weldon Spring, Missouri. This is my weekly video blog on what I'm thinking on Thursday as we're approaching Sunday morning worship. This coming Sunday is March 15th, 2026. It is the fourth Sunday in Lent. We're also going to be taking up the one great hour of sharing. You can go to the UCC website and find out more information about what that is if you'd like to participate. It's also, the last day to bring in Easter candy for our mission program and for our Easter egg hunt. So if you'd like to bring in little individually wrapped candies, just think of it as candy that needs to be wrapped and fit into a little plastic egg. We have plenty of eggs, but we do need more candy. This Sunday, I believe, is the last Sunday to bring that in. The scripture for this Sunday is John chapter 9. We're going to do the whole chapter on Sunday, all 41 verses. It is the story of Jesus healing a man born blind and the investigation that follows. And the chapter ends with Jesus talking about spiritual blindness. Oftentimes in the Bible, physical blindness is a metaphor for spiritual blindness, being blind to spiritual things. And I can't help but think of, and I've been thinking about this all week, is the line, I once was blind, but now I see, from Amazing Grace. And of course, we are going to sing that on Sunday because I've been thinking about that hymn. But those four words, but now I see. I used to have, I think we've all had some spiritual blindness in our lives. I was kind of blind to the prevalence of racism. Growing up, it wasn't until I was in seminary and I made a really good friend who was an African-American man, and spending a lot of time with him and going out with him, my eyes were kind of opened to some of the racism he experienced. I remember one time someone muttering the N-word under their breath when we went by and laughing with his friends. And I asked my friend about how often does that happen, because it really jarred me, because I hadn't really experienced that myself. And he says, well, and when I was in high school, it was almost a daily occurrence. But now it's just a few times a week. And I was kind of stunned at that. And that was just overt racism, not to mention, institutional, cultural, more implicit forms of racism. And so my eyes were really open to how prevalent that issue is. I also remember going on youth mission trips. Never did a mission trip as a youth myself, but I led many mission trips when I was a youth director before. And part of the joy of those trips was seeing the youth and their eyes being opened to the plight of people in different parts of the world. We would go to very poor Native American reservations. We would go to very poor parts of city, poor parts of Appalachia, and really see people struggling just to make ends meet. And it was very eye-opening for them. We tend to get locked in and we think what we see around us is just the way the world is for everybody, and it's not. So I've been thinking about those moments when we were blind to something and then we were able to see. So I'd like to read your comments. How has God opened your eyes? Perhaps it was a spiritual way where you opened them up to the reality of a situation. Perhaps it was a physical form of seeing. Perhaps you had cataract surgery and you were amazed at how well you could see after that. Or I remember the first time I got my eyeglasses and I was amazed at how well I could see and how detailed the world was. Many of us have come to faith at an older age and experienced, the scales coming from our eyes and our eyes being opened that way as well. But make sure you like the video, comment below if you have a story to share of your blinders falling off and your spiritual blindness falling away and you were able to see. I hope to see you for Sunday morning worship, 10 a.m. here in person in Weldon Spring, Missouri, or right here on Facebook Live. I hope to see you soon. Take care and God bless. Bye-bye.